Hi guys, welcome to AKA Love Talk. Again, I am Marquita, and today is another series of called Show Me Your Wounds. Subtitle Scars. I got this message from an experience just happened like yesterday, and it just opened up something I really didn't want to open up, but now I have no choice. And so I came to the realization this is my journey. This is like showing you guys me. And so when I elevate and look back at this, I'll be a proud person to see the progress I have come from. Um, and just be so excited, you know what I mean? So where I'm at now, I have to remember that, you know, this is not always, this is not what I'm gonna always see, and to, be more positive in places where people don't understand. You know what I mean? Um, I told you guys in a previous video that, I wasn't going to this year ask anyone for anything. And I have been put in positions to unfortunately have to. And because I really promised myself I was just going to allow things to happen the way it's going to happen because it's going to happen anyway. Um, there were situations that I really needed to have to ask for help or advice or anything of that nature. And I said I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to, you know, do what I need to do. But I have. And it was a situation yesterday. Well, multiple situations. I'm still fighting in this apartment to exceed this situation. Um, there are things that I need to get accomplished that I'm on hold for, and it has been a journey. Yesterday was just like I was not myself at all. I kind of reverted back to the old me, and um, so in the situation was it wasn't a big issue. The problem for me was the respect level and how I try, not perfect, but try to respect others. And at times I don't get that same respect. Or, somebody can be going through a situation, the same exact situation, and we'll be like, you need to do this a little bit more. Um, just me asking for advice about how they got through is like, you still need to work harder because I had to work harder, and what you're doing is not enough. I'm not going to say that I, want people to validate me. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if I come to you, it's because I trust you. And whatever I tell you, I expect it to be amongst us. I shouldn't have to say, hey, this should be amongst us. Please don't tell anybody because I don't want anybody to know. I feel like when I present a situation and it seems as if it's serious to me, and you know what kind of person I am, that should automatically be okay. Yeah, I can't tell anyone this. You know what I mean? So a lot of hurt opened up yesterday because I did not want to go back or revert back to my old self. And I knew because of the previous situations that were going on. I was on the verge, and then I got a phone call and it topped everything else off. Now, the whole issue was the communication. If that person would have communicated to me that they had other plans, they were going to do this, I could have made preparation to do what I need to do to get what I need. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking in codes because, again, I am a protector. I protect my family as much as I can. I protect my friends as much as I can. I protect people as much as I can. And I don't want to destroy anyone's characteristic because of what they have done to me, or how the situation may seem like it was really, really bad. You know what I mean? And it was on whoever part. I believe and think that it was truly both parties' fault. But, you're going to run into people who will not acknowledge their part in anything that they do, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But I think I was in a place where I was already dealing with anger. I was already dealing with anxiety. I was already dealing with frustration. I was dealing with what moves to make now, in a logical way, because I just got information that could be either harmful, or, if I make a solid plan, it can be helpful. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay. And when I got actually a text first, and I did not understand the place that the text was coming from, because I thought when I previously talked to another individual, it wasn't to the point where it was disrespectful. This is what I was thinking. It may have came off that way, but I didn't believe it did. And so if the second party would have had came to me and said, "Hey, this is the situation, da 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 da," you know, there would have been a different response. I was already in the heated moment because I'm really trying to figure this thing out. You know what I mean? I have been battling with a lot, and so has everybody else. Not to downrate anybody's situation that we're going through, but you know, there's a difference when something is an emergency and when something is just, you can bypass that, or that's, even though it takes time, you're still going to be okay. You know what I mean? I felt yesterday that I was not in an okay place, and I needed to do something immediately. You know what I'm saying? So for the text to come in at the time I'm having anxieties, I'm already frustrated, I'm already trying to figure out what's my next move logically, even though I'm having all of these emotions, I did not need that, that text. And because I allowed myself to go back to the old me, I fed into that text. Being a human being, you cannot eliminate that. No matter how you get into Christianity, no matter whatever religion you is, there is still always going to be a human part of yourself. And sometimes you just have one of those days where you just don't care. I cannot care about how I react at this moment because I'm already on edge and it took me over. And then when I called this individual and they came off like I was completely wrong and did not allow me to express my side of the story or what I thought that happened. You know what I'm saying? And then immediately after, it's shots thrown. And if you don't know what shot thrown is, it's when someone says something that they know that will trigger you and will make you react in a negative way. So because that person know where to hit hard at, and constantly does this every time we have a conversation about something, especially dealing with children, you know what I'm saying? That person goes into old stuff that happens years ago that I cannot even remember, you know what I mean? And it's just like, okay, I hear you talking, but what's really the problem? And when I tried to get to the bottom of the issue, it just exploded because you went too far. And with me, I don't like to argue. I don't like to fight. I don't like to fuss. I like to get to the bottom of the issue. I don't like when I'm saying what is really the issue and you're not telling me. And it frustrates me. And if I'm already in a frustrational place for you to try to keep pushing my buttons and trying to make me upset, and then when I go there, then the person act like, oh, they didn't do nothing. That really triggers me because you intentionally did that because of your own misery. And so now I'm upset because you triggered something that you know is dear to me. Um, the way I operate, the way my mind setting operate is that if I have respect for you, I expect you to have mutual respect for me, especially if you so-called love me and you so-called supposed to be someone dear to me. I believe that you don't go that far into whether it's true or not. You don't take it that far because you value me enough not to take it into a place where you may lose me. And I think that this person is just believe that I will never go anywhere, or I will never stop talking to this person no matter what they say or do. And I am at the point where I'm like, okay, this is my last straw. I can't deal with that. I have piled up stuff on my plate. I'm trying to be consistent with you guys. I'm trying to finish up the page. I'm trying to get my own living situation together. I'm trying to move. I am trying to do so much. I'm only one individual, and all I hear is try harder. I battle so much on a daily basis. You know what I mean? And another thing that hurted me is I expressed that to that person. You already know that there's a battle, but you chose to take the route of belittling someone in order to make yourself feel like you're better than the person. Or I don't know what the intent is, because I never got to the bottom of it because I tried to. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, I really gotta step back. I was not going. I'm not going to. I'm going to be completely honest. I was at my wit's end. I was on 10, as they say. I was on the highest level you can ever be on. I literally wanted to put my hands on this person because I got to the point where I'm tired. This is not my fight. I don't fight. But what you're not going to do is have another individual or you know, disrespect me in a way that, you know, when the other individual grow up, they're going to constantly think they can do that too, or be like you and do the things you do. Not with me. It's a difference when you are able. It's a kid. Let's just get it together. Let's just say that there's a kid involved. Well, two of them. It's two kids involved. Actually, three. Let's just make it three kids. It's my kid and two other kids. You know what I mean? And I just feel like if you are an adult, you come and ask questions first. You don't take a kid's side and say, hey, you did do that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And then gonna turn around and say, well, I'm not trying to fall out with you. You already did, because you didn't approach the situation in the proper way. And if your kid or my kid had came to me and said, hey, I feel disrespected in this type of way, I usually talk to my kid about, you know, certain stuff. I talk to my kid about it first, so they can have an understanding and they won't feel no type of way about the other person. And then I'll talk to the person first. I mean, secondly, and say, I mean, the parent's mom or the parent's dad, and I would say, hey, my child came to me about this, and they said this and this and this and this, and I just want to make sure that they're not giving me wrong information. Because kids can do that. They can manipulate the situation knowingly that their parents are going to be on their side regardless. That's a kid thing, and I can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? But what I can do is demand my respect from both parties, the parent and the child. That's what I can do. Or I can take the second route and eliminate myself from them and allow them to see that I don't have to be in your life. I don't have to do the things I do. I don't have to, you don't have to see me at all. Like, we can just cut ties. You know what I mean? All because it's a misunderstanding and you couldn't be a, a an adult enough to say, hey, I want to know what happened. It had to go that far to the point where I had to where I went out of character, and I take that L. I take that loss. I own up to that, because no one can make you go there unless you allow them to. And there is no excuse. But I know if I wasn't already on the edge, I would have never went there. I would have never went there. I was already battling with stuff. It's so hurtful when it's family, because these are the people that you love. These are the people that you care about. These are the people you will go to battle for. You know what I mean? These are the people. And I talked to, because it went left, it drew other people in there. And so I asked a question. And to the other parties that was mentioned in the argument. And I asked them, is this true? Because I don't have to be around anyone. I was so done with people yesterday that it was so ridiculous. And it's funny because we're in our own space but having issues. It didn't even make sense, because we're in our own space but having issues. It didn't. It really didn't make sense to me for me to react the way I did, but I wasn't in the correct mind setting. That is the absolute truth. It's not, I'm not relying on that reasoning. Of course not, because I was wrong. But I was already on edge, and it triggered me when you can allow a child to disrespect an adult who has helped you, who has helped your child, who has given and did things, you know, when when I didn't really have, I gave. And this is a repetitive thing. It wasn't like it was just that one incident. It's been years and years of this. And at that moment I was tired. And when I'm tired, there is no hold bar with me. I will call you every single name I could think of. I will go into your personal life. Again, I'm human. Again, I didn't intentionally do that, but that was where I was at that moment. And I'm definitely going to apologize, but I'm definitely going to leave that individual and their kids alone. There is no way I can possibly fathom all the things that were said on that telephone, all the things that were said in that text message that I can go back to. Because I want to be in a peaceful place, inside and out. You know what I mean? I don't like to be fake and phony about what's going on with me. I'm having real life issues. Real life issues. Not knowing after this, um, what is it called? What we are in, the coronavirus. I forgot what it's called, but after this, not knowing what's going to happen. And I know everyone is feeling that way. But when you constantly get negative news and you're trying to like prepare just in case when this comes over, it turns out bad, it is stressful, you know, especially if you've been fighting the same fight. It's just like, okay, when is going to end? Like, when is it going to end? When is it going to end? So I said all of those things to let you guys know that I was hurting yesterday. I was hurt yesterday. I was at a place where I'm just like, this can't be real because of the way I acted when I should have maintained myself as I usually do, but I just couldn't help it. It was just like, I'm just done. I'm just done. When I'm done, I am done. I literally cannot look back ever. I can't. Every person that I felt this way for, I love them. I care for them. I wish them the best. I hope life give them everything they desire. But I can't witness or be around to see if it does or it doesn't. Because it's too much that has been done. It's too many times I took this person back after all they have done. And that situation was not even close to what they have done previously and the years after that and the years after that. It was just my breaking point. And I deserve better than that. I deserve to have people around me who actually really, really care for me, really want to be around me, really love me genuinely with all of my flaws. That's what I deserve. Not people who want to pick and choose when they want to be around me, pick and choose who they when they want to, when they want to help me out. And when they help me out, it's restrictions like you can't go this place, you can't go that place, stay on this side, do this, you can't do that. It's like, well, why are you helping me then? You said go handle business. What if the business is all the way in Buku land? You telling me I can't go to Buku land and handle my business when you allowed me this opportunity to do it? It doesn't make sense. I'd rather for you not to help me than restrict me for things that you want me to do. It's like you want to take control over me and I'm not letting it happen no longer. And that's where I'm at. I also realize that people can really be jealous of the bond and relationship you have with others. And so they try to throw shade with others. And if you don't know what shade is, it's someone that throws or says something to burn bridges with other people because they're actually jealous of the relationship that you have with them. And they actually wants that relationship but afraid to have to mount up and get courage and fix the situation. And so they're jealous of that. And I also realized that you can have absolutely nothing. You can be a homeless man, and someone will be jealous of your personality, the person you are, the encourager that you are, how people treat you, how that people assist you when you need assistance. People can really be jealous of that type of stuff, and you can be at the bottom, like you can be literally a homeless person sitting on the street, but because you come out there every day and you speak to everyone, or because you say I'm sorry if I'm cussing, or what I'm saying, something that is so small, the small things that people could be jealous of. You know what I mean? So if you are that person that is going through the same situation that I am going through, it's okay to step back and say, hey, I can no longer open that door to this person or persons, because it could be multiple people. You have the choice to say, hey, I can no longer do this with you. I have done it enough, and enough is enough. My time, my mental health, my soul, my heart is more precious to me than to keep dealing with your negativity. When you want to get mad and upset with the world, you take it out on me, and we all do it. We do. That's a fact. Because when I go through, I'm not the greatest person when I go through. I like to shut myself in away from everybody so that I won't spaz out on everybody. And, you know, that's where it's at when I do. But then it sets me up for depression. So I have to be wise and say, hey, shut yourself in for a second, but come back out. Come back out and play. Be around people for a little bit. Then go back into your shell and hide away. But come back out, because we don't want you to take your mind way too far and you end up being in a rut mentally, being in a rut spiritually, being in a rut in your heart. It's okay to take a break from individuals, you know what I mean? And if you have to cut them off, family or not, it does not matter. It matters about your well-being. And because me personally, I'm so used to taking care of everything. When I was a kid, I never was a kid. You know what I mean? Because I was too busy taking care of people on the streets, like going to watch people kids. I'm 12 watching other people kids. I'm 12 doing hair. I never really had a childhood. Is that something I lean on? No. But it's the fact of life. I never really had that. So I know how to operate and maintain myself because I never had to have that. I was actually okay with that because I never was really in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I never really was in trouble. I never really hung out with friends outside of school, except for maybe one or two. But I never really was the type to be so involved in people, if that makes sense, where it would lead me in other directions. So I was kind of always business minded as a young age. And then life hit me. And old feelings came back from when I was in the shelter that yesterday as well, because I remember how I'm hurting. I'm trying to figure out, how did I get here? I'm trying to figure out what is my next move. They're telling me I have this time expand to be here. I need to be doing A, B, and C within that time frame. What is my plan? I'm always planning. I'm always trying to find avenues. I'm always thinking. And sometimes I overthink, and I know that I need to work on that. But that's because I have one bubble of this issue here, a 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 bubble of this issue here, and I'm one person. And it can be too much. I take on a lot and I get less credit on things that I feel that I should get credit for. But that's not no one's responsibility. So I have started self-love and say, Wakita, you try. My grandma, before she passed, she said, keep on trying. Eventually, you'll get it. And that's what I keep doing. I keep on trying. I keep on trying to find avenues. I'm trying to get information. In the midst, I'm helping other ones. I get Instagram messages talking about pray for me. Can you pray for me about this? I get Facebook messages talking about can you pray for me about this? And I sometimes sit back and wonder who actually really pray for me for real, like a genuine prayer, like somebody that really actually care for me, who actually prays for me for real. Because if anybody would have felt, I'm about to cry right now, but if anybody would have felt what I felt yesterday, they would have understood why I took things that far. It's not easy being me at all. It's not easy being spiritual in me as well, because they conflict sometimes. I sometimes be in a battle with my spirituality and my natural, and they say that's supposed to happen. You know what I mean? And I believe my natural won yesterday, but it's not gonna win today. I told myself this morning, it's okay. You had to do what you had to do, sis. Today is a better day. Did the things that happened yesterday came to mind? Yes, it did. Did I almost go back to that place? No. You know why? Because I sat there and I listened to gospel music. I've been listening to gospel music. I've been listening to messages, and it's just been encouraging to me. I have to be gentle with myself. I can't get mad at myself for every action that I dislike about myself or I dislike doing. You know what I mean? I'm human. I make mistakes. And that was a mistake for the reaction I did. I was completely in my old ways. And I said I would never let anyone take me back there again. But today is a new day. And guys, it's a new day for you too as well. Do what you need to do for you. This is a season only strictly for you. I cannot and will not and try not because I'm so prone to it. But I'm going to try not to invest my time in people, but to invest my time more into my needs, what I like to do, who I am as a person, you know, just be me. And this is me being me. And I'm signing off at this point. I hope you got a good message out of this. Again, I said I was going to be transparent. I tried to be as transparent as possible without like saying the person's name or you guys knowing who it was. The person may watch. I hope you do. I hope you understand what I was saying. And if not, God bless you.